Hey guys, welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars 2017 Star Wars set review. Hey guys, this time we have the Arrowhead set. Its set number is 75186. Its ages 8 to 14 and up. It has 775 pieces. It retails for $89.99 or $90 US. Now guys, this set is the second set out of the two sets that we get in this wave that are based off the Freemaker Adventures television show that's on Disney XD. It's going on with the second season now, and so this is the biggest set that we get out of the two. The other one was a $70 set called the Tracker 1, and so this is the Rebel Alliance side ship. This is the Rebel ship that's going to be fighting alongside, not exactly alongside, but against the Imperial ship called the Tracker 1. And so if you're gonna get the Tracker 1, you should probably get this one. So you have the two battling against each other. You have one good guy ship and one bad guy ship to fight against each other. So this set is based off a vehicle that's gonna appear in Season 2, obviously. And so for the design of the ship, it's very unique. I gotta admit, I've never seen anything like this before in Star Wars ever. And for what I know, this is the ship that Rowan has a vision of through the Force, I think. I'm not exactly sure, but I think that's what's going on here with the Arrowhead. With this big ship, is that Rowan has a vision through the Force of the creation of this giant ship. And so, and for what we know, that's what we know so far. But for what I can tell, the center part, the translucent blue pieces inside are like crystal-like pieces, Lego pieces. I'm like, that's very interesting. That's very suspicious because there's crystals in there. So you guys are telling me that these crystals are gonna power the ship, the entire ship. And if that's the case, then that's very interesting. That's very interesting, and I'm sure we'll find out more about that towards the end of the season. And so for the minifigure selection for this set, we get 5 different minifigures. We get Stormtrooper, we get Quarry, we got Roger, we got Cordy, and we got Xander. And so the biggest thing I'm shocked about from the set for the minifigure lineup is Quarry. This minifigure right here. He showed up, his first appearance in Star Wars ever was in Star Wars Rebels Season 2 as the creator of the B-Wing Starfighter that we saw in Rebels, the red B-Wing prototype ship that we saw in Rebels, and we also saw the B-Wing in Return of the Jedi during the Battle of Endor. So that is very awesome, and I think that they bring Quarry into this scenario with the Freemakers, and that's pretty awesome that we're going to get to see more of Quarry and his story, his backstory, and his story being continued after Rebels. So at least we now know that Quarry does not die in Rebels. At least that's a good thing, I guess. We also saw him in one episode of Rebels so far, and just seeing him in that one episode got me really intrigued because he is a Mon Calamari species, a type of alien. He is the same species as Admiral Akbar, the famous guy that said, "It's a trap." And I gotta say, he was a very interesting character from that one Rebels episode. And the fact that they brought him into the Freemaker Adventures Season 2, really shocked to me. I gotta admit. So it's great to get him as a minifigure because then you can use him for Rebels stuff. If you guys out there have any Rebels sets from that show, from that TV show that's going to go on for its last season, it's going to be coming up this fall on Disney XD. So, yeah, for the minifigure selection, not bad of a selection, obviously. But the Stormtrooper, I'm not sure, again, exactly sure why they put a Stormtrooper here. The only reason I can think of that they put a Stormtrooper in here is so you can get an Imperial character. Instead of getting a bunch of Rebels characters, not Rebels, like Rebellion type characters. And so, yeah, other than that, the minifigure selection is great. You get some of the main characters from the Freemaker Adventures. You get Quarry, which is awesome, and you get a Stormtrooper, which is always nice to get a Stormtrooper. Like, Well, who's gonna complain about getting a Stormtrooper set? Like, seriously, who? Especially when you got your army builders out there building giant armies of Stormtroopers. So, let's get into the main figures, guys, and then we'll get into the Arrowhead, the giant ship, along with the little build here. They also get for Quarry to drive, I think, is what this is for. And then we'll get into the box. This is the final box. And it'll end up. So let's go, guys. Okay, guys, so here are the main figures beginning the set. All 5 of them right here. And so we're going to start off with Corgi, the female main character. One of the main characters in the Freemaker Adventures show, and she's actually the main female lead. Along with the other 3 characters that are Roger, Xander, and Rowan. Her design has been upgraded. This is a different version of Corgi. Comparing to the last version, we got her in the Star Scavenger from last year in 2016. This is a new version of her. She's got more of a rebellion type style to her now, other than the Freemaker suit and everything. Because the Freemakers did join the rebellion at this point, so they gotta have a new design. And like I said, this design is way better. I like this design a lot more than the previous designs for the main characters from season 1. The detailing on the suit for the rebellion style suits, everything, and the fact that they got the Freemakers logo right there in red is awesome. The legs are very well detailed as well, with the dark green as the main color. Take a look at the back. Torso's nicely detailed there as well. She's got her big gun. I'm not sure what type of gun this is, but it's basically made out of multiple different Lego pieces. It's very unique, I guess you could call it. The hairpiece, very appropriate. The ponytail and everything, dark brown. To go to her face, she's got this face, and she has no double-sided face. She's got this one face right here. It's kind of a smirky face, I guess. And so that's Corey. Next up, we got Xander, another main character from the Freemaker Adventures series. His design has been upgraded as well, and he's very similar to Corey, where they have like rebellion type designs for like rebellion jackets and all that, clothing and all that, and this is completely different from the previous version that we got of Xander from season 1. And so this is season 2 Xander. That's the detail with the jacket and the white shirt from behind, underneath. We got the Freemaker logo right there in red as well. That's the detail on the legs with the belt and everything right here, and continuing down along the legs. Just nicely detailed. Take a look at the back. That's detailed there as well. It's got this unique looking gun as well. And Corey and Xander have 2 different guns, as you guys can probably tell. Very interesting guns, I gotta admit. And so, hairpiece. Same old hairpiece that we got with Xander last time. Dark brown and everything. Take the hair off. No double-sided face on this one either. He's got his smile, his usual smile that we usually see him with. And so that's Xander. Yeah, next up we're gonna get the Quarry, which is the character that we saw for the very first time in Rebels Season 2, in the episode with Hera, which was really more concentrated on Hera and the B-Wing, the creation of the B-Wing. And so yeah, Hera, Zeb, Sabine, I think Chopper did as well, but I know Hera, Zeb, and Sabine went to go find Quarry to get us some assistance in getting some supplies past the Imperial blockade to some citizens on the planet. This is one of the Rebels episodes of Season 2. It's where, like, if you guys have seen the Rebels episode, especially Season 2, you guys will probably remember the rebellion tried to get past the Imperial blockade, and they couldn't get past the Imperial ships, and so they had to call in some help, try to find a solution to the problem. And so And so the Rebels crew, some of them at least, to go and try to find this like inventor or technician named Corey that has apparently a prototype of a starfighter that's very, very powerful. And so they do find Corey, and they find out he created the B-Wing, and his version of the B-Wing is all red and all that because it's supposed to be still a prototype. So it's not the actual ship that we see in Return of the Jedi yet. It's still in the prototype stages. And so we see Hera fly and B-Wing and all that. And we learn a little bit more backstory about Hera and all that. And she goes to talk to Corey about that. And Corey's on the leading end of letting Hera fly his design, his special ship, as I should call it, because he was the one who built it, all that. For most of the time he was on the plane he was on, and he wasn't too comfortable about anyone else flying it but him. And so yeah. So let's get to the Corey Mayfigure. I wanted to tell you guys a little bit more backstory with Corey from Rebels, because that was the first time we ever saw this guy. And now we see him in the Freemaker Adventures, which is pretty cool. The detailing on this guy is awesome. The head mold, especially, is very well detailed. Really, it captures the look of Corey with the white hat and the beard, and then really the Moncala look, or I should try to call it the Admiral Akbar look, I guess. Moncala, you saw they're the same species, so yeah. Very nicely detailed with the face, everything. The printing on the torso, very nice with detail. No detailing on the legs because they're small. They're small legs, they're like half the size of a normal Mayfigure leg piece. So yeah, he's got a wrench as an accessory. Take a look at the back. Take a look at the back. That's good detail there as well. So that's Corey, and just hit the camera. And so the next Mayfigure we're gonna get to is Roger. O-R-G-R. aka Roger, like Roger from the Battle Droids from the Clone Wars. Like they will always say Roger. So Lucasfilm decided to call this droid Roger. That's probably the coolest thing I got out of the Freemaker Adventures. When I first heard of it, when I first met the characters on the internet, try to figure out who these characters are, finding out this guy's name is Roger, really brought back some great memories from the Clone Wars. I got them back from the Clone Wars series because of the fact that one of the funniest things with the Battle Droids was some saying Roger, like most of the time they ever spoke. So he's basically the same old Roger Mayfigure that we got in the Star Scavenger. Nothing different with him really. This guy's towel piece on the back of him. He's got a different weapon, or at least a different accessory, because the accessory that he had in the Star Scavenger was a red bug, and this time around he's got a blaster, which is pretty cool. That's really the only difference with Roger, but other than that, it's the same old Mayfigure, so you're basically getting the same Mayfigure, but that's okay, because he's technically a battle droid, really. He's just technically a reprogrammed battle droid, so from the Clone Wars, so you can use this Roger Mayfigure as a battle droid to put in your Clone Wars monster stuff if you want to. That's only optional, but he's technically a battle droid, so you can't use him for Clone Wars wise things. But yeah, not really much to him. He's really just a usual battle droid Mayfigure. Like he could fold up and all that. It's basically the same old battle droid. So let's get on to the last Mayfigure, which is, you guessed it, the Stormtrooper. Yeah, same old Stormtrooper, just like with Roger, same old Mayfigure. Angry Clone, yeah, put the helmet back on. We've seen the Angry Clone head before many times, so I don't even think I need to show that anymore. But the detailing, cannot go wrong with the detailing on the Stormtrooper. It's got its usual blaster, helmet, naturally detailed. Take a look at that real quick. So that's the Stormtrooper, and that is all 5 Mayfigures that you get in the set. And I think, in my opinion, the highlight of the Mayfigure lineup for the set is Corey, because we've seen him in Rebels, and now we're seeing him in the Freemaker Adventures now. And so that's the highlight for the set. It's really Corey, because we've seen all these other characters before. It's just updated versions of them. At least for Cordy and Xander, they're basically updated versions, but we've seen them before in the Star Scavenger set from 2016. And Roger, same old main figure. The only difference with him is that he's got a new type of accessory, which is a blaster. And we get a Stormtrooper. You cannot go wrong with a Stormtrooper because they're awesome looking. You can't really go wrong with them. Even though they really are lame at shooting at their enemies and not really good at aiming. But they are cool to look at. But the design is cool. So, anyways, let's get on to the main build of the set. Overall, the Arrowhead, and along with that, the little accessory type smaller build that we get along with the Arrowhead. And then we'll get on to the final thoughts of the box. And then we'll go. So let's go, guys. Okay, guys, so here is the main build of the set overall. The Arrowhead and this little supply cart thingy that Corey drives around or pushes around. And so we'll start off with this real quick before we get on to the main ship itself. You get these clips on the side that have extra supply holes for extra spring-loaded shears, because we do have spring-loaded shears in the set. And so you gotta have your extra strap. Darn thing. So you have the ability to have extra ammo, which is nice in case if you lose 8 pieces. You got clips on the side here. Levers for the wrench that Corey has in his hand right now, and the others for this drill tool type piece, which is pretty cool. Itself, you get so bar thing here. So that is for Corey to hold on to. So it's kind of like a cart, I guess. So we're gonna take the wrench off of him real quick. Stick it on the clip there, so we could have Corey driving this thing. And there we go. So that's what it looks like, driving the thing around. I mean, like not exactly driving, but push it around. So you kind of be like that. And so that's really this little supply cart here. And so we're gonna put off down to the side real quick, or at least just for now, so I can show you guys this big bad boy here. This heavy duty bad boy right here. This 700, over 700 pieces. And so for this being this big of a set, because I just took a look at the box, so I know what play features this has, just to make sure I didn't miss anything. There really isn't all that many play features in this set. Hey, not that many features in this set. For it being $90, and this being this big of a ship, I'm really thinking you guys should probably wait to get this, but I'll talk more about that in my final thoughts portion of the review. But for now, we're going to get to the play features and what you can do with this ship. And so, first off, I'm going to show you guys the look of this thing, this gigantic ship. Get the look of it. This is the front view of it, just so you're basically seeing just this piece here, nothing else. It's kind of like a black type of deal, but when you put it up, you see more of it. So yeah, take a look at the side here. You get all this nice detailing here with this light tan brown. It's kind of like a bunch of symbols and everything all over it. The same thing on this side as well. And by the way, these are stickers along with this here. No, this is printed. My bad. This is printed, but these here, and then with this side here, are stickers. That kind of sucks, but you gotta have to have stickers as well. These sets, everybody knows that. Now at this point, you guys have been collecting Lego sets for a long time. Take a look at the back. Got the booster engines here, 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 and here. Take a look at the bomb view of it, I guess. Kind of big to fit in the entire camera, but you guys get the idea of it. You got the centerpiece, which is translucent blue. It has crystal-like pieces in there, and we're gonna get into that really soon. The landing gear, the landing gear is technically part of the ship here and here, and this little piece right here. So you can just push up like that, or just pull down when you want to land the ship. Put it down. And so, the first feature is, we're going to get to this here. Now you can open this up like this from the bottom too, but I'm just going to do it on the top because it's way easier. And you can pull this up, like so. And I'm going to take this off, so I can show you guys a better look at this. It's technically a bunch of crystallized pieces connected to this center gray piece here. And when I first saw this ship, the very first pictures that came out with for this ship earlier in the year, I was kind of suspicious about what the point is with these crystals. Like, for this, it's like, is this like the power source for this entire ship, or is it meaning something else that we're gonna find out later on in season 2? Not exactly sure what the point is the deal here with all these crystals, but I have a feeling that this is the power source for this entire ship right here. So that is interesting. So you can simply attach it. If you guys want to take this off to get a better look at it, you can just attach it right back on there like that. Push it down like this, like so, and you just close this back up, and there you're good to go. So that's that play feature. That's one of the main play features for the set. Not exactly much, but it is a play feature. Let's make sure, yeah. For some reason I keep thinking that you're able to open these up in the storage area, but there isn't. They're kind of built in there and they're not going to move or anything. But this does open up here, because you're going to have to have a cockpit for this darn thing. Because these guys are going to have a cockpit to drive the thing, to drive the entire thing. It can't fly itself. So, take that cap off, and this is what it looks like in the inside. Got 2 spots for 2 main figures. Today you got this one up here. The actual pilot seat for the actual pilot to drive the entire ship here. And for the control, there's no control panel or tile piece that has pretty details on it. Instead we got this joystick right here. That we see on some Starfighters from Star Wars. From the Lego Star Wars line. So that's really much. That's really all into the detailing in the inside. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna stick our characters in there. We're gonna stick Corey and Xander inside the ship, and probably Roger as well. Got to take the blaster off Corey, and then we're gonna have to stick her right here. Stick Roger in here, like that. And then we're going to take the blaster off Xander, and then we're going to have Xander fly the ship, because he likes to fly. From what we know in the episodes of the Remaker Adventures, Xander really loves to fly. I gotta admit, he really likes to fly. Especially his Naboo Starfighter. So, stand there. So we'll do that, and then that's what the characters look like in the inside, and Roger keeps wanting to move around. Because he's not exactly structured anyway, I guess. So we're just gonna set him there. So that's what they look like in the inside. Of course, Roger, there's nowhere for him to be attached to, so that's why he's kind of moving around a lot, moving freely. And so now what we're gonna do is gonna put the cockpit back on, the cap, or you know what? Let's stick our blasters in there, set them on top of Roger. And then now we're gonna put the cockpit back on. Simple as that. And so now we are ready to battle it out. And actually, we have this play feature right here for when you have the ship in flight in space in combat mode. You have this nose tip on the very front of the ship, and then you can change it by pulling this technic piece here, flip it over into a blaster turret. So this ship can be in normal mode, and then in combat mode. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome, I gotta admit. You get these turrets on the side, and you can move around any way you want to, like that, or any way you want. Same thing with these over here. And we got green glowing spheres in between them, so it makes it look like these main turrets are firing. And so, what we're going to do now is we're going to have our test subject, aka the Stormtrooper, as our primary target for his target practice for the spring loaded shirts. So, we're going to try to aim. Destroy and defeat the Stormtrooper. And we knocked him over. And let's see if we can get him again. Poor Stormtrooper, I feel bad for this guy. This one Stormtrooper up against this giant ship. And we hit him again. And he's basically being beaten to death. He's basically being beaten to death. He's kind of been defeated, kind of annihilated. He's gonna have to go in the hospital now, or the Imperial Hospital, or whatever, the medical room, or whatever they call their hospital in Star Wars. And so, poor Stormtrooper's dead, as a other Stormtrooper. And so, that is really all the play features for the set, guys. And I gotta admit, as great of a design the ship is, I wish there was more play features built into this ship. I really think Lego should put more, at least one or two more play features in this. So, like, have this area back here open up or something for weapon storage to store Corey and Xander and Roger's weapons in, because they do come with weapons. That's the only thing I can think of that Lego could add as a play feature for this set, because for this set being $90 US, if you guys are all are big fans of the Freemaker Adventures, then this is a set that you have to get. So I'm going to talk more about that in my final thoughts. Just wanted to get that started for you guys, so you guys get an idea of what my opinion is on the overall play features of this set. So, but it is a great set, I gotta admit. Very unique design. I like it. And so, let's get into the box, guys, and then we'll end up with the final thoughts. So let's go, guys. So here's the box, guys. As you can see, it is a very huge, long, and thick box at the same time. Get the Lego Star Wars logo on top, along with the Rogue One art with the TIE Fighters and the Death Trooper. We get some great art here for the Arrowhead. We got in flight in space fighting the Empire. Got a Star Destroyer blowing up. We get a Star Destroyer in the background over there. We got an X-Wing TIE Fighter right there. A couple TIE Fighters down there. X-Wing down there. And we got the Minifigures collection at the bottom right. Xander, Corey, Roger, Corey, and the Stormtrooper. We got the Disney logo at the bottom left. We got the set information on the left side here. The age range, the set number, the name of the set, and the piece count. Take a look at the back of the box. And we get all the play features / main features of the set. The opening translucent blue spear piece, so you can get access to the crystal-like Lego pieces. You get the open cockpit. You get the movable nose piece at the very front, where you can change it from a nose to like a blaster turret. And you get the spring glowing exterior. And we got another little action scene here where we have Xander. Looks like he's repairing the crystals, I guess. We got Corey doing something. And we got Corey pushing around that supply cart. And then we got Roger up there being chased by the Stormtrooper, which is trying to kill him. So that's pretty funny. And so, overall, this set is a iffy set. It's a great set, but it's got its flaws with it. It's got some flaws to it, though. Like the pricing, obviously. Usually, the price is a flaw with most Star Wars sets nowadays, because Disney has control of Star Wars now. That's probably why, or at least some of the reason why. For this set being $90, I'm not seeing why it should be $90. In my opinion, it should be more like $80. or 70. 70 probably would be a good sale price for stores to put this set on sale for. $80 should be the actual retail for this price for the set. $90, that's more for like a 900 piece set or a 1,000 piece set. Take it for example, and this is a great example. The Obi-Wan Jedi Starfighter with Hyperdrive being Toys R Us exclusive, which I do not have yet. I'm going to be getting that set at Black Friday, where on the share I'll be reviewing that set for you guys at that time of the year, in the fall, in November, once I get it on Black Friday. And I'll talk more about that a little bit, but I'm going to explain myself for this is why this is a good example, and that is because I think if I remember right, that piece count doesn't go with the price it's being sold for, and it's being sold for $100. And I've seen a couple reviews, because I've seen many reviews on the Hyperdrive Ring set, a Toys R Us exclusive, and I've seen a couple people say that the price should be dropped a lot. And I agree with them. Like, that set to me is not exactly $100. I feel like that's a $90 set. If 100, fine, but 90, I think you'll get your money's worth out. That's that way more. Now back to the Arrowhead. $90. I don't feel like that's a good enough price for this. I think it should have been 80 or 70, because 775 pieces is not exactly at the price per piece scenario. It's not exactly there. It's kind of off, in my opinion. You get remake figures, you get new versions of some of the Freemaker main characters. Freemaker characters from the... actually, some of the main characters, as I should have said, from the actual series itself. This is a second version of them. And you get Stormtrooper, you get Corey. I think the highlight for the main figures is Corey, in my opinion, because we've seen him in Rebels, and I'm sure there's going to be kids out there that are going to want that character as a Lego minifigure. They're collecting the Rebel sets, Lego sets. They're based off the Rebel TV show. So yeah. But the real reason why I think this set is overpriced is not just because of the fact that it's too expensive. It is because of the lack of play features. And I think there is play features in it, but I don't think there's not enough of them. Like, at least Lego should have had like two, at least at most a couple more, like at least two. For instance, like, for example, here's a great example. We could have had this back piece right here open up and have it be as like a storage area for Corey, Xander, and Roger's weapons. So we have somewhere to put those, but we don't. Instead, you're gonna just throw them inside the cockpit with them, along with the main figures, too, along with the characters. And so, yeah. So I'm gonna really rate this set, guys, a 7.5 8 out of 10. And that is because of the fact that most of these main figures, except Corey, we've seen before in previous sets. Like the Stormtrooper, for instance, we've seen him many times now. We've seen Roger, Corey, and Xander in the Star Scavenger set from last year. They're just basically new versions, technically new versions. And the only exclusive brand new main figure is Corey, which is awesome. At least we got one brand new main figure in the set, and I'm happy with that. And because of the fact that in my opinion, I don't feel like there's enough play features with this set. And so that's kind of unfortunate, kind of disappointing, but it's okay, because you get a cool ship. If you got paid $90, you're still gonna get a really cool looking ship. Like, it's a really unique design of a Star Wars ship, I gotta admit, because we've never seen anything like this before. And so yeah. So comparing this Freemaker set to the Tracker 1 Freemaker set, because there's two sets in display that are from the Freemaker Adventures, the Arrowhead and the Tracker 1 set that's retailing for $70. And I think, in my opinion, the Tracker 1 is way more cooler and a lot more fun to play with than this one, because the Tracker 1 has way more play features that you can do way more with that set compared to this one. Now that's just my opinion, because there may be some people out there that like this one more than the Tracker 1. You never know. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not saying you guys say you should just do what I tell you. You just get the Tracker 1, not this set. This is just my personal opinion, guys. So if you guys want to go on my opinion, then that's fine. But if you guys got your own opinions, if you like this set more than the Tracker 1, that's fine with me. I'm completely fine with that. I'm glad that there's probably people out there that like this set a lot. They really want to get this set. And so, but in my opinion, I think you guys should wait for the set to go down in price, at least $10, $20, $10 to $15 at most. Because of the fact that I just don't feel like this set is worth $90, because of the fact that most of these minifigures we've seen before, we got them before in other sets, and this set is lacking of play features. There are play features there, but I think there should have been more added to it. And so that's why I'm gonna rate the set. It's 7.5, 8 out of 10. And so yeah. But don't get me wrong, this is a cool set. I really like the design of the ship. That's probably the best thing in my opinion. Other than we got a Corey minifigure, that we get a great design of a ship, and I gotta admit that's a great plus, a great positive for this set. Is that the ship's design is awesome, and I love the design of the ship itself. I have nothing else to say about this set itself. That's gonna be it, guys. So be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below on my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next LEGO Star Wars 2017 set review. And this is actually technically the last LEGO Star Wars review before Force Friday 2. The second Force Friday, which is technically the second Force Friday, because a lot of people are calling this Force Friday 2 because it's for Star Wars The Last Jedi merchandise. And so I can understand that, because the Rogue One, it wasn't really advertised as well as the Force Awakens ones, so yeah, that's probably why they did that. Not really called last year's Force Friday a Force Friday. It was more like a Rogue Friday, like Go Rogue type of deal. Instead of like a Force Friday. And so, Force Friday 2 is coming up within a few weeks. It's just around the corner, guys. I do have an update video coming up very soon. I'll be working on it today. The same day I was recording this review. And I'll get both these videos, this review and the update video up for you guys as soon as I can. Hopefully this weekend or today, at the end of today, which is Friday the 11th of August. And so I'll talk about way more stuff for Force Friday and The Last Jedi at that time. But a lot of great stuff has been going on for Force Friday and The Last Jedi. A lot of stuff has been linked online on the internet. It's such I'm basically getting my stone plan. I'm getting my plan for Force Friday set in stone at this point. And so yeah, I'm gonna talk a lot more about that in my update video. And so yeah, this is technically the last review before the Force Friday 2 for The Last Jedi toys and merchandise collectibles for Star Wars fans. And I cannot wait for that. Because I cannot wait for this movie to come out, The Last Jedi. Whew. Just by looking at the teaser trailer, just by watching the teaser trailer when it came out back in April, got me stoked, because it really gave up a real chilling, dark tone. And I'm like, oh man, this movie is gonna be dark. This one's gonna show some really dark stuff, in my opinion. And so, that's my prediction for this movie. And so, that's gonna be it, guys. And so I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next LEGO Star Wars review, or in the next update video, or any other video that I have up on my channel already. And so have a good day, guys. Bye, and may the Force be with you.